Hello! That sounded terrible because I still sound terrible. But hello, this is Tons and we're back with our review and play of Kingdoms of Amalur. And even though you might not have noticed it, I did almost say Greedfall. I did. But no, we're playing Kingdoms of Amalur, a game that I enjoy quite a bit.
A lot of good gnomes died today. It better be worth it. A lot of good gnomes died today. It better be worth it.
Well, I am worth it. I'm Thayle. God damn it. But they've obviously been at this for quite some time, trying to bring people back to life. Excuse me, and that makes sense. Because your enemy keeps coming back to life. Though I don't understand that dynamic. Like, gameplay wise, I don't understand it. In a way, that's a good way to explain why the enemies keep respawning, in a way. So you gave an in-universe reason for a game mechanic that most developers don't bother coming up with a reason for. So that's kudos for that. Well, progress log. Experiments are now successfully recreating bodies 97.5% of the time. Any missing limbs or extra fingers are now probably how the original subject looked, rather than a magical flux on our end. However, full revivification still eludes us. Even with increased testing, products are nothing more than inert lumps of skin and bone, although the occasional spasm or twitch does allow hope of full success in the future. I know some of you complain that we should use cadavers and skip the corpse recreation altogether, but you must know we'd never be allowed to experiment with a subject's actual body. We may be working to recreate life, but that hardly allows us to desecrate the dead. Any further complaints can be brought to me directly. For Morris Hughes. And we're going to take that for no damn reason. We're going to do it. But I don't know if the Fae are ever children. Do they always come back as adults? Like, that part's unclear. Not to mention there are Fae that are against the Tuatha. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's Fae fighting against them who should be coming back just as easily. So, I don't know. How do you beat a foe that comes back non-stop?
You've made it, and look at you. Even with all you've been through. The Tuatha, your return from the dead. Please forgive me. You must be terribly confused by all of this. I am Fomerus Hughes, and this is my laboratory at Alistar. Everything you see here is dedicated to one thing, the Well of Souls, the pursuit of immortality. And you're my first success. If we only had the time, there's so much we might learn from one another.
Who are these attackers?
You don't know. They're called the Tuatha. They were once Fae folk of the Winter Court, but they've been twisted by their Lord Gadflow. But how could they have found us out here? We're miles away from the front lines. The war has never touched Dalantarth. And why attack the well?
Why do you think? You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to bring people back to life. You know? Now, I'm not going to make some commentary because it's kind of unfair because I already beaten this game more than once, so I know what's going on. But I did have certain thoughts, so forgive me if I say those things and you're like, well, obviously you know already, but even when I didn't, it was kind of obvious. But I'm gonna try to avoid that. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that.
The Thayle are complicated. I could write 10 volumes on the effects of immortality on their pseudo-feudal court system alone.
Okay, that really... Fomerus Hughes. Who are you?
I am Fomerus Hughes, scholar of Vivification Prime Circle. We're standing above my life's work, the Well of Souls. There's so much to learn about you, though. I imagine it's all a bit muddled. A side effect of the prismere? Shape of the basin? No. If only we had more time.
Tell me about my death.
I wish I could tell you more, but your death is a mystery to me as well. It seems that your memory died with your body. You see, the well is designed to capture the soul of someone recently deceased, recreating their physical form within its waters. Simple, really. Your rebirth is the first we might truly call a success. There have been others, but the results weren't quite right.
Okay, so I meant what I said earlier. I understand it now. So when they said it's not your original body, they mean, yes, it's a clone of your body, but obviously it's not the body you were first in. And that's why he was saying, if there's any consolation, we're not desecrating their actual real body. These are just recreations of their original body. And some of you probably got that already. Good for you. You know what I mean? It's like some things I'm gonna get that you're not gonna get, and vice versa. That's why we're in this together. We need each other, damn it. Tell me about these Tuatha.
The Tuatha are a radical splinter of the Fae. Insane, bloodthirsty, and immortal. Even when they die, their essence returns home to be reborn later. They hate mortals like you and me, and want us wiped off the face of Amalur. I can only imagine how much they hate the idea of mortals being reborn.
Yeah, it seems like you answered your own question as to why they would attack the Well of Souls. Because he's like, and why attack the Well of Souls? Yeah, maybe because they hate the idea of mortals being reborn, like you just said. Explain to me what this Well of Souls is.
It's been my life's work. Decades of research with a singular goal, ending death itself. And now, you're the only proof that it's a success. But why did it work on you and no one else? What makes you different from the others? There are so many questions to ask, and if we're to get any answers, we've got to get you someplace safe.
What is going on?
Too much to explain right now. The Tuatha have come to stop my work, but I don't believe they know about you. Not yet. What's important is getting you out of here safely. You're the only proof of what we've achieved here. I may not be able to save the well, but I can ensure that its only success is safe.
Where are we?
We're in the Feylands, miles away from the front lines. I thought we were safe enough from the war, but it seems some of the Tuatha found their way here anyway.
Thayle, I don't think he's gonna ask more questions. But he's war-minded. He's always gonna want to fight. I'll stay and fight.
Absolutely not. I've got my notes, but it's most important that you stay safe. It's just that you're fascinating, simply astounding. I'm not certain what's caused it, but somehow... yes, as I was saying, I'm not sure what... Perhaps I should go see.
Sir! Mr. Hughes! The Tuatha have breached the lab! They're inside the lab!
Oh, damn! Alright, I knew that was gonna happen. But still...
We've got to get you out of here now! Quickly! Follow the path to the town of Gorhart. Find Agath. He's a friend, and he may be able to help. No matter what else, stay alive!
Farmer's Hughes. Gamora's Hughes. I don't know how to say his name, even though he said it. I don't know. Damn, man, they killed Ensel. Good dude, good dude. As far as I can tell. You see Femora's throwing down a little bit. Some people might go, how did he know you were a success already? No one was able to tell him. Well, that's pretty simple. You can't choose gnome. Only gnomes work in here. You're clearly not a gnome. Just in case you didn't know. Now, we were using daggers. We could have dropped that mofo using stealth. Whoa. Why don't you eat some of that? God damn it. That feel? I feel like justice. Storm element is like my favorite element all the time. So that is another one of my boring go-tos that I will go to in pretty much any game. If I use magic, it will be lightning. It's just how it is. Still, they do commit the cardinal sin of giving you rusty and dirty and useless crap when that really doesn't make sense, does it? It makes no sense that you would be armed with rusty gear. And you don't need to be given rusty gear in order for things to be challenging and to have a path of progression. Biscuits. Pure biscuits. Because I forgot the controls again, and I keep like using A. Get over here. I'm trying to hit you. Make it easier for me to hit you. I hate whiffing. There was a time, and I know this is unbelievable watching me play now, where I would do this part without taking any damage at all. Yeah, I know, right? Very hard for me. Giving my gross incompetence right now. Now you see this Mamma Jamma, you see how bad this beast looks and everything? I feel like under no circumstance should we have to fight one that's fully powered and in full health with rusty crap. I feel like the rock troll should be damaged in some way. You know what I mean? Like already hurt, slower than usual, weaker than usual, that kind of thing. And that when you face an actual rock troll, damn, he's taking it though. Taking that beating. Come on, get the whole thing, get the whole thing. Yes, we did it. I was not sure we were gonna get it. It's been so long. Alright, we got the bonus. Yeah. I was not sure if we were gonna get it. Yeah, let's go ahead and equip that. This is how you make stuff, I think. I don't remember. We'll get to that someday. We're gonna play this game to the end, so we'll get to that. But yes, there was a time where I was good enough. Not that it's too challenging, but still, there was a time where I would own all 3 of those enemies with our rusted gear without them laying a single finger. But that was not the case this time because I'm really terrible at these controls right now. Okay, so that's that. Oh, snap. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played, so some things will still surprise me. Where I'm like... Because I remember that guy gets killed as he was getting killed. Like, I was just like, oh, damn. Like, oh, right. That does happen. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Like, starting off with even 1 point in these categories, that's 1/4 of covering the first part of this. Like, yeah, don't scoff at what you start with. Those starting bonuses, like, they matter, man. Now, what are we gonna do? Like, see, one of the race bonuses was detect hidden. Because we don't have it, we have nothing from this. Like, we do not see enemies on the mini map or anything because we have no detect hidden. This is a tough one for me. We're going to go with detect hidden. We're going to go ahead and do that. Confirm. Oh boy. So we're going to get 3 points to start with. Long sword mastery, great sword mastery. Well, how do I get to this? Requires 5 points. Well, that sucks. But you know we're going to do it. I want that damn compensator. We're going to stick with longsword mastery to spend points. This is might that we're spending money in. But generally speaking, we are a paladin type. We're like great sword with magic. That's not going to be any different here. We're going to do this thing here. No, I don't want scepter. I want arcane might. No. Charge attacks with staff. Chakram. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Right here. Let's go ahead and make that stronger. There might be something in finesse we want to use. But no. Doesn't look like it. So, we're going to do this. And confirm. Now we have to set abilities. Alright, it's already set. Right where I'd put it to. And that's like, that move we just did, that's like Scorpion's move right there. Get over here. You'll see what I mean. But I love the leveling system in this game. I love it. I don't remember if you can dive in here. I don't think you can, but I also don't think swimming underwater is necessary in this game. Which I'm okay with, because I hate water boards. And usually if you can swim underwater, you can bet your tuchus that you will have an underwater board. at like an underwater stage, and I hate them. Like, I loathe them so much. And I like how, and this is why I don't think you have to swim underwater in this game, because it tells you where to find stuff in the water. Like, very helpful. Alright, watch this. And I screwed up. See? Brings them right to you. So that, even as a Mike character, you have a ranged attack. Alright. Take that. Oh, crap. Then you're like, take that. Okay, alright, calm down. Are we gonna die? We don't have to die. We could just do that. Damn it. They have homing ability with their attack here. So you can't dodge too early. I like that. Aha! Got our perfect block one just now. Huh. I forget how this stuff works. What's this? Crude longsword. Is that stronger than what we have? Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and equip it. Plus it looks better than that rusty garbage. What? Why have rusty weapons at all? Right? Like, look at this. Just look. Bear with me. Look at it. 12 versus a 9? Really? God forbid you start the player with a 12 damage weapon. Come on. That weapon looks cool though. That looks really cool. And why does Rusty change the shape of the weapon? Like, why couldn't it be a Rusty version of this? Yeah, I love this game. I'm gonna be critical of it. Very easy. I forget how to lockpick. Pick lock. Use the right stick to adjust the angle. Lock. Unlock, otherwise it might break. Why did it automatically go all the way over there? Nope. Nope. Alright. And an iron longsword. Oh boy. Because it's just, you gotta understand. See, that makes sense. That makes sense. Crude iron, why not rusty iron longsword? You know, if you're gonna have rusties in there, which you shouldn't, in my opinion. It's unnecessary. Okay. That was very easy. We didn't have to do anything. Take all that. Wait, did we equip it? Because it doesn't feel like we did. Oh, we didn't. Yeah, I like that helmet. It's looking good. It's looking spiff. We're looking kind of spiff. Alright, this, I don't remember how to do this either, even though it says it's easy. chances are we're going to get messed the hell up. No, I'm not going to auto attempt. Press A when the cursor is above a glyph to break it. Glyphs will reseal themselves after a time. Miss and all glyphs will reseal. Nice. Some glyphs reseal faster than others. Be careful of the order you break them in. Break all the glyphs to dispel the ward. Oh, we got it. Holy smokes. I did not expect to do that. Under no circumstance did I expect that to happen. Again, people, we explore. It's what we do. That is the Tun's way. We will do everything except go through the main mission. Now, I think I've seen a video where somebody was like, Kingdoms of Amalur is not an open world, and maybe they're right. It just always felt like an open world to me. Because you can do so much, as far as I'm concerned. It's open world enough, in my opinion, to be considered open world. Alright, let's talk to these people that I see up here. The pulsing circle on your mini-map indicates your quest objective. There's a pulsing circle? Actually, okay. Thought I seen people here. There they are.
Told them we needed more guards.
And there's crates. Which I am against this kind of stuff. Well, I know some people really like breaking stuff, but to me it's just more of a distraction than anything. And then I'm compulsive, like how I'm a compulsive hoarder in games, even though 90% of the stuff you loot is pretty much useless. But I can't help myself. I can't do it.
Thank Matharu, another survivor. Are there any more?
I didn't leave any survivors.
Well, aren't you the big hero? I'm so glad the life the will saved was that of a gleeful killer. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are wounded gnomes to tend to. They don't have the luxury of coming back to life.
I stand by it. I stand by it. Alistar.
This was supposed to be a nice isolated grove. So much for that.
Tell me about Hughes.
Morris Hughes was one of the greatest minds of our generation. The Well of Souls was a dream that was almost too good to come true.
Tell me more of the Tuatha.
Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fae do half the things they do?
And another criticism I have, and I've seen it from other people and I agree. When it comes to conversation items, write the options out. Write out exactly what we're going to say, or at the very least put out enough so that we can understand what we're saying. We don't know. Like, look at this. We'll look at this again. The Tuatha.
Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fae do half the things they do?
Now, that sounds like Thayle asked her, why did the Tuatha hate mortals? But you wouldn't know that looking at the menu. It just says Tuatha. It's like, no, man. Strive to write out exactly what the character is going to say, or at least enough to encapsulate what they're about to say. You have plenty of room. Look at all the negative space we have down here. And I like that they gave it to us, gave us that negative space, but they didn't even use it. Like, it should have been across the screen so that you can say exactly what you're asking or what the character's saying. And I'd say this is more important with a silenced or a non-voice protagonist, because what we're reading is the only indication of what our character is saying, and we know that a person isn't just going to go Alistar. This was a piece of Hughes to watch. That's not how people talk. So come on, you know.
The well was a beautiful dream, an end to death, a cure to tragedy. It would have made war pointless. It could have saved the world. We should have known it was too good to exist. Now our friends have paid the price.
Now some of you are learning what I was talking about earlier.
Stay safe. We'll be moving soon.
That this game does not handle injured people well. Injured or sick people well. You can hear them in the background. Like, we get it. You're hurt, okay? We get it. What are you doing?
Another survivor? But I've never seen you in the tower. Were you one of the professor's assistants in the downstairs projects? Did he escape with you?
He distracted them, so I'd escape.
That sounds like him. Professor Hughes was very thoughtful. I mean, he is very thoughtful. I'm sure he found a way to get out. He must have! Alistar is remote enough that we don't get a lot of visitors. And with our research, fewer visitors means fewer questions.
Is that his way of saying he doesn't want to answer our questions? Hughes mentioned a Fate Weaver. What is that?
Oh, you mean Agath? He visits Hughes every once in a while. I never could figure out why they got along. He's friendly enough, if a bit odd. You should be able to find him in Gorhart, just down the road, past the ruins. You can't miss it.
What can you tell me about Hughes?
We all knew Fominus was a genius, but I'll admit, even I had my doubts about him being able to bring the dead back to life. Guess the Tuatha weren't very pleased that it worked.
About the Tuatha.
I just don't understand the Tuatha. I mean, most Fae aren't violent. The wild ones can be, but no more than any forest animal. But the Tuatha are some sort of cult among the Winter Fae. Before they invaded Erythel, no one could have imagined the Fae ever marching to war.
What did you know about the Well of Souls?
Brilliant idea, the Well of Souls. Plucks dead people out of the ether, rebuilds their body, and brings them back to life. At least that's what it was supposed to do. Guess we'll never know if it worked now. We should be safe here. At least a little longer.
I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really have a troll?
Now some of you might go, he would say it was no problem. He wouldn't. Alright, now I know what you're thinking. How is that any different from earlier when he said that he left no survivors? The other thing was just factual and to the point. That's what happened. He left no survivors. I can understand her interpretation that he was being braggy or inconsiderate, but he was just being honest. Like, No, I killed every one of them that I came across. In this case, whether it was no problem or not, that is absolutely braggy. You know what I mean? Like arrogant. But to be honest, neither of these options really encapsulate Thayle's personality. But this one, I think, comes closer. The giant rock thing? Yeah.
I don't know how the Twatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. We started building here when they found Prismeer in the mines nearby. Never thought we'd see Twatha this far out west, though. Fate weavers? Ah, charlatans. You swears by them. But I'll be damned if I trust my future to some cards. Hughes ran off, you say? I wouldn't worry too much. The old man's tougher than he looks, and he's always got a plan.
Hughes ran off, you say? I don't know if that's what I said. As far as I knew, I just said Hughes, but apparently, for whatever reason, I just decided to divulge to you that Hughes ran off, apparently.
They're technically a type of wild fae, related to the fae of the summer and winter courts, actually. Dangerous enough in the wild, but Twatha also used them in their army. I never did trust fae to begin with. Those Twatha are the worst sort. They waged some sort of holy war against humans and Alpha for years now. But the front's all the way out east. What are they doing out here? How did they know about this place? The well was incredible, but it took armloads of Prismeer crystals to keep the thing active. That's why we built it so close to the Stone Candle mines. They even put in a few tunnels to deliver the crystals directly into the well. I told them it wasn't safe. Looks like I was right. Again. Good luck out there.
So, even though in real life I would say that I'm the type to ask questions, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like in these games, a lot of times we're placed in these positions where time is of the essence. And I would not be asking all these questions necessarily. At least that's how I feel. However, and I would also say the characters I play, I don't feel like Thayle, I don't see him asking a lot of questions, generally speaking. But the reason that's going to happen with us is because, you know, this is a Let's Play. You know, like, I'm trying to cater to those who would want to hear more of the story. That kind of thing. So generally, even though we're playing characters that probably wouldn't ask much of anything, pretty much every time they're going to be asking everything that can be asked. So I know that may seem tedious. It's been a long time since we played, by the way. I know I've said that numerous times. There's a lot I do not remember. But keep in mind, I did not play this game the same year it came out, because like most people, had no idea this game existed. None. So I think we're in a place where we're going to die. Like, I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna save the game. because, you know, pretty sure I'm gonna die. And, but, yes, I was unaware of this game. And then, I want to say it was Gameranks. I don't know if it was or not. But I stumbled across a video that said the best games you're not playing. Or it was an article. Actually, it was an article. I read this. You know, the best games you've never heard of. And one of them was... Ah, damn it. Oh, wow. I was saying all damn it because I couldn't remember the name. Did not know the trap was there. But it ended up applying to both. Oh, didn't have to do anything for that either. Nice. But like, I cannot remember the name of this game, and it's gonna bother me. If I remember, I'm gonna look it up. And it was like a PS3 game, actually. And I loved that game. When I ended up finding out about it, and I gave it a chance, I actually loved the game. And you play as this young girl who comes to this town, this mysterious town. And you also play as a writer, I think. And it's a very complex story. With some mystery and some supernatural stuff going on. And I wish I could remember the name. I will have the name next time I will say it. So after that, occasionally I would look to see what games are out. See games that are supposedly hidden gems that no one knows about. And one of the articles I came across that was along those lines said Kingdoms of Amalur. And I was like, alright. So this was well after the game came out, but still a very long time ago from now. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. See how they're not getting hurt, really? I didn't know I could do that. There we go. I felt like something was off. Like there was an easier way to heal. I just couldn't remember it. Alright, if this is any indication of things to come, we probably should not be in this cave. But, so, we're talking maybe at least 5 years ago that I played. Because I think this game came out like 2011 maybe. But whenever it came out, I played well after that thanks to an article saying the best games you've never heard of. And they were right, I'd never heard of this game. I'm like, let me go ahead and give this a try. Let me see if it's something I like. And I do. I ended up loving it. A very long time ago. Now, while I could see the approach to this being the Well of Souls, like some people thinking, okay, the best way to solve this problem would be to make ourselves immortal as well to fight our immortal enemy. You'd also think that the best course of action might go, oh snap, this is hard. I mean, it's hard, but we're not far off from it, it seems. Wow, okay. Wow. A hard chest for minor lightning storm. I don't think I wanted to come this way. Oh, well, guess it's not really a problem anyway. So, in a way, I did want to come this way. Because I like going towards dead ends first. Because that's my exploring. That's how I work. So even with its flaws, I do like it. Whoa, that was scary. Taste that. I've got to stop trying to go ham with that block. Not who I wanted, but you're who I wanted. And when you get used to the controls, you get used to the combat, you have the primary weapon you want, you have the secondary weapon you want, you have the magic you want. There's nothing like it. One of the things that is great, do you hear me, great about this game is the combat system. It is amazing, in my opinion. Loads above whatever you want to call Skyrim's thing. Like, if you wish to be kind enough to call that a combat system, go for it. I know I'm being unnecessarily hostile and nasty about Skyrim. Even though Skyrim did a lot of great things for us. But still, their combat system was garbage. It was terrible. To be fair, in most RPGs, when you sit down and think about it, their combat systems aren't that great either. They're often not that good. But Kingdoms of Amalur has the most fun combat system, in my opinion. Some might go, oh, it's button mashy. Yeah, probably. But the variety in the attacks, how fluid it is, switching weapons and everything, like going from one weapon to the next, to the abilities back to a different, like, no, this combat system is awesome. It's freaking great. Some of these weapons are really cool. Alright, we're gonna equip you to replace this, because that was part of the reason why I haven't been using it. Because it's so weak. But now that it's not so weak, we might go ahead and use that. Sturdy gloves are not for us. Stone candle log, usable item. This sturdy tome is bound in leather and steel. That tells me nothing. I have no idea what that is. You have acquired a gem. Gems are powerful enhancements that can be added to weapons and armor at a sage crafting workbench. Yeah, I'm curious about what the hell we found. What is this? Oh. Stone Candle Mining Log. Among meticulous entries of mining shifts and prismere lodes extracted, a handful of personal entries stand out. Third Winter, 203. Survey Team Secundus has made a tremendous find. Contradictory to our earlier surveys on record, the Stone Candle Caves in Alistair show signs of rare seam of prismere. Word and samples have been sent to the forum in Odessa via secure messenger, and their answer is all but certain: buy the land, start the mines, and tell no one. With everyone focused on the war, nobody will notice another mine, and we should be able to make a killing. First Spring 204, Templar Octian not only demanded the establishment of Stone Candle Mine, but has also personally funded construction of a new laboratory in Alistar. This should prevent the nearby town from asking too many questions about the mine, although we still keep a second log, in case of prying eyes. Regrettably, this makes for lax reporting at best. One can only hope that this will not reflect poorly in our reviews. Second Autumn, 207. A new scholar has arrived at Alistar Tower with much fanfare. Word from Octian is that Femoris Hughes' research is too important to be interrupted by day-to-day matters, even though he won't tell us what that research is exactly. Meanwhile, kobolds continue to be a nuisance, ambushing our miners at the mouth of the cavern. We have too few Praetorians to handle a pack of the beasts, and there's no way I'm letting them station Fair Gorta down here. Bad enough chipping away in the dark without one of those crazy bone men sneaking up on you. First Spring 210. Early tunnels connecting the mines to Alistair Tower are complete. They'll still need shoring up to be stable enough for use, but soon we'll be able to move the prismere straight into the labs without worrying about kobolds or curious outsiders. Just in time, too. There have been reports of soldiers lurking in the forest nearby. Don't they know the war front is on the other side of the Feylands? I don't know why I read it that way, but it seemed fun, so I did it. So I don't know why. If you're asking, why did he do that? I don't have an answer for you. Okay? Can I help you? Yep. Sturdy shoes, don't need it. Numbing sword. The numbing longsword. Well, it's stronger, but it also hits with some ice, so yes, sign us up, please. The rest of this is stuff we're not ever going to use. I get why they have the enchantment effect going at all times, but I do have a preference for enchantments that do not show until you are wielding them. That is just my personal preference. And just like that, I'm glad we came in here and took the risk. This is why we explore, because you never know. Wait, did we explore this whole place? It looks like we have. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Okay. Some people were bothered by the art style in this game, but not myself. I know it's not realistic. And that bothers some people. But I don't know. I'm okay with it. Sometimes this is fine. Environmentally, yes, Dragon Age Inquisition is definitely more impressive. I don't know what bonus we just got. I have like no idea. How do we look at it? I don't even know how to look. How do we... I don't know. Sorry. No clue what we're doing. Or, I have no clue how to look at that. It's probably like right in our face. And I'm just not seeing it. Yeah, I don't know what bonus we just got. Let's use the mouse. I bet the mouse will tell us. No. No, it won't. Okay. Mystery. But praying to those altars, they give different bonuses based on whatever god you're praying to, or whatever whatever god that shrine belongs to. As you can see, the bear weighed more than us, so that went about as well as you'd expect.
You! I remember you.
I remember you.
You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here?
I wasn't even looking for you. What are you doing here?
When I saw you with Edsel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded. The Well of Souls is bigger than just one gnome's pet project. My contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side. But I don't know how the Tuatha found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt.
Who did you report to?
I promise you, if I knew who it was, I'd tell you. Sharing research is one thing, but academic sabotage is a crime.
What would Thayle do? Well, he's not a mercenary. It's not about the money with Thayle. But it doesn't seem like this guy intentionally did anything, but even if he didn't intentionally do it, this is still likely his fault. He's probably how they found out. Oh, he's gonna let him live. Now, for those of you who tuned in to Greedfall, Hava, she would kill him. Like he would be dead. Just get out of here. Now.
Thank you, thank you. Here, take this. It's the pay for my last report. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm going back home to Odessa.
That may be a mistake. Admittedly, he might have been lying or something. I don't know. But I have to do what Thayle thinks to do. Okay? That guy is not that important. I really wish I knew what this did. Guys, it bothers me not to know. Like, I cannot... Oh, status. Gotta be status. We have theaters, but Mathara's... Ah, okay, see? We eventually got there. You probably saw it before I did. But we got there eventually. Yeah, that's not a bad bonus. Still, I'm going to tell you in advance right now, one of the things that Skyrim does better than this game, just a tiny bit better, And only one-sidedly, okay? Very one-sidedly. They handle gods better. Because simply worshiping a god, it matters more than just, you pick the god, you get a bonus. It's like, no, this will affect quests. This will affect how some people react to you. I mean, Skyrim isn't perfect with that, but in this, it means virtually nothing. And it would be cool if, say you pick nobody to worship, the shrines would give you 50% of what they would give somebody who is a follower of theirs. So like if we chose Mitharu as the god we worship, then maybe we would get 1 health. Instead of 0.5 health regeneration, we'd get 1 whole health of regeneration. Alright, did we thoroughly... So I think the mines are here, so we definitely got... So that's the whole area explored, y'all. We have done it. We're basically... We've hit our mark as far as time. So we're gonna end it here, but... Wait a minute. Okay. But it would have been nice, and then on top of that, going to a different shrine. If Mitharu had certain gods that didn't like Mitharu or didn't get along, you'd get less than half of their gifts, something like that. So not praying to any gods allows you to get more overall from any god that you pray to, but you'll never get the maximum from any of the deities. But you also never get the worst from any deity. Whereas if you pick a god, you'll get the max from that deity, but you'll also get the minimum from certain deities. So like, I wish they would have incorporated who you chose to worship a bit more. And that right there would have been enough and interesting in my opinion. But I also would have liked to have seen quests as a result. And when I say Skyrim did this but only one-sidedly, it just seemed like the only gods that mattered, even though Skyrim does explain why, I still feel like you should have done more. Seems like the only ones that really mattered were the Daedric princes, because there's plenty of quests for them. I felt like we should have saw more from Adra than we got. So anyway, that's gonna end this episode for now. This part is over. I thank you for joining Thayle on his adventure to discover why he was the only one that this Well of Souls device worked on. I don't think the game ever really explains that, to be honest with you. But in our roleplay, we have a reason, and we'll be talking about that much later as the story unfolds. Thank you again. Until next time, please take care.